So in revision, I'm really trying to enhance everything, give it more power. So this is actually the third pass. Fast first draft, second draft, rewrite, third pass, polish. And at the start of every revision session, I look at yesterday's second draft and do a polish on it before moving on to today's second draft. So this is the rewrite of the first scene of this story. Why are you hiding down here? The smoky voice, like honeyed embers, startled me out of my reverie. Startled me out of my reverie. When I wrote it, I didn't like it. It's, I don't know. It's kind of played out. So, startled me. Like, this is the very beginning of the story. What kind of reverie? I never go back to, like, what was she dreaming about or daydreaming about? But it was quiet. She was hiding. So maybe coming out of the quiet. So, like, the smoky voice, like honeyed embers, shattered the quiet, pierced the quiet is something I use a lot, which means and I'm conscious of that at the moment, so I don't want to do it now. I'm going to write pierce the quiet to have something to change, because I want a stronger word, and maybe to bring back the smoky voice, like honeyed embers. Okay, this is when I usually go into Power Thesaurus, which you will not be able to see, but so Power Thesaurus, I'm going to look up char, scorch, sear, singed. You do have to be careful about not overworking a metaphor. Blackened coal, incinerate, those are too much. Branded. A smoky voice like honeyed embers. Interrupt. What is another word for interrupt? Intruded. Okay, I'm not liking any of those. The smoky voice, like honeyed embers. I don't know why I like that, I just do. Made me jerk so hard I hit my head on the support beam, jutting from below ceiling. I don't want to say surprised me. I want to show her being surprised by this voice that just comes out of nowhere. Can a voice appear? Whoops. Can a voice appear? Emerged. Also, this is the second sentence of the entire story. So it's like, I want a strong word. Part of me wants to say obscure. So I'm going to the definition of obscure. Something that is unclear, difficult to understand, or well known. Oh, the verb of obscure. To obscure. Is it not, maybe it's not a verb. Oh, no, verb. To make dark, dim, or indistinct. To conceal. Concealed the quiet. Obscured the quiet. That's a tough one. That's weird. I might. Yeah, that doesn't work. Shattered. The smoky voice, like honeyed embers, shattered the quiet. I jerked so hard I hit my head on the support beam, jutting down from the low ceiling. Now this sentence, in what I hoped was a smooth motion, I went from wincing to throwing my shoulders and turning my chin. I want to give her, like, first hint of she's trying to play it off. She hits her head and winces, and she's like, oh, I can't show weakness, so I'm going to make it into this ridiculous display of quote-unquote strength. But I don't think that's working. I might just cut it. Smoky voice like honeyed embers shattered the quiet. I jerked so hard I hit my head on the support beam, jutting down from the low ceiling. Through the pain reverberating in my skull, I asked, what makes you think I'm hiding? I had no idea if my voice held the note of arrogance I was going for. I could barely think straight enough to hear his reply. For starters, you're here all alone when everyone else is up in the dining hall. So now these characters' voices, how they speak, up in the dining hall feels very like... And then for starters, I think that this is Errol speaking, that he doesn't say that. But what if he's got a little snark to him? She wouldn't like him if he didn't have like at least a little bit of edge or snark. So I'm thinking like, well, my first clue was that you're down here all alone. And then that goes to the tone of the whole piece, like how they speak, how formal or informal. He is, it goes to who he is, his character, his upbringing. He's educated. Is he formal? That's a good question. I could barely think straight enough to hear his reply. Well, you're here all alone when everyone else is up in the dining hall. My sigh of annoyance was definitely one thing I didn't have to fake. So I took out the thing that she was faking, and so that doesn't hit. That doesn't make sense because it doesn't refer to anything else. She was trying to be arrogant. Saying I sighed with annoyance feels like not the strongest way to do that. Oh, you're here all alone when everyone else is up in the dining hall. I rubbed my head once more. I tend to roll eyes a lot, but this is the first one I'm doing, so. I rubbed my head once more and rolled my eyes. Captain Arrow, or just Arrow, as he didn't like to be addressed as a captain, had been a thorn in my side since I set foot in this god's-forsaken vessel. So I bolded those when I wrote them because I wanted a more world-buildy expression than thorn in my side, and I don't know if there's multiple gods. God's Forsaken is a nice clue that we're in a fantasy world, but from a world-building perspective, and I'm going to come back to that because I don't know yet. I have to do like idioms based on the world and the culture, like Aquatican. So once I do the full second pass, I'm going to come back and in a fourth pass or whatever, just hit these terms a little harder, but I'm bolding them so that I can know that I'm coming back to them. So Arrow, I rubbed my head once more, my eyes. Captain Arrow, or just Arrow, as he didn't like to be addressed as captain. I've been thrown on my side since I set foot on this god's-forsaken vessel. I was still working on my reply, and the ship jerked. The floor began to vibrate. Thinking of a way to describe the vibration of the floor. I was still working on my reply when my boots slid sideways and nearly took me off my feet as the ship jerked. A grinding? Maybe vibration isn't the strongest word. The ship jerked. Quivering, shaking oscillation of palpitation. Pulsed, shuddered. Is the ship, I said the ship shuddered? I don't like that alliteration. And nearly took me off my feet as the ship jerked. A shudder. Rippled? Shudder. Noun, an act of shuddering, of course. I don't know if I need to say it. A shudder went through the floor. Took me off my feet as the ship jerked. A shudder. The floor shuddered. Violently. How about that? Shouldn't you be steering this boat instead of down here worrying about me? Shouldn't you be steering this boat instead of stalking the halls, bothering me? I know, sneaking up on people. Shouldn't you be steering this boat instead of sneaking up on people? I asked. The throng in my head was beginning to dull. Alright, so yeah, that's basically how I go through editing the first page. Got a couple more, and I think this is going to be a big chunk because some of the actions need to be reorganized in order to make sense. Like one change ripples out and affects everything else. But hopefully this was helpful in seeing how I work through a third pass.